we've got our Monday footage to go over. I think it was a pretty happening evening, so got almost an hour. Let's see. Let's pull it up and get going. Continuing on with our side control session on our second week of that. Me working with Jordan here. And Jordan coming back into form slowly but surely since that terrible muscle tear or pull or whatever. Got Craig and Danny. Craig looking to pull guard, I think. Ooh, Danny in on a quick entrance to cross Ashi briefly. Kind of steps right into it and almost gets a knee bar out of it. Big Adam looking for a partner, maybe. Stand by, saying deuces. Alright, so looks like some seated open guard playing. Danny looking to get something going with this butterfly hook. But Craig kind of hanging back, not engaging too much so as not to be taken over. Jordan looks like a D cut past me, settling into Kesa. Danny doing some funky movement here. Let's see this. So Craig sits again, looks for like Sumigashi. Danny just pulls a full 360 degrees, gets into top half guard. Oh yeah, we went over the north-south strangle in class, so Jordan decides to put it to work. I'm like, all right, I'll try to do the counter that we went over, and it was just too much of a vice grip on my jaw, so he gets the tap there. We talked about the counter, which is what you see me set up there. I'm trying to shove his head into the hole. But he did a really excellent job preventing me from turning my face into his ribs, which, as much as it sucks, is a way to give yourself some space. It gets your, in this case, the right side of my neck would open up a little bit. It wouldn't be, being crushed by his lats or his ribs. But I couldn't turn enough, and it wasn't enough of a bite on his neck to counter that. So really good work. What did I do? Go away for 1 second. Oh, I think I just, really easy guard pass. Danny onto the back. Mike and Dylan kicking it off. And Danny transitioning to the armbar now. Looks like he gets it. So look how Mike is very active against a standing opponent when he's seated. He's not letting Dylan really establish a good base, and that's making it very hard for Dylan to work. Even this 2-on-1, like, that's all part of a setup to get Dylan off balance, right? As he tries to pull back. We saw Mike attack the ankles as he lets that go. Dylan didn't fall back with it. He was able to stay postured up. But Mike setting up this sweep with an entire game that forces Dylan backwards. Mike is doing a lot of pulling right now. Right, the collar tie, pull. A lot of resistance from Dylan. He's able to get the angle on him with the pull. When the pull wasn't working initially, he was trying to pull and then release and let him go backwards. Got a new student, John, working with Andrew here. We have a roll. I think I have a roll with him next or coming up, and he is a strong gentleman. And not in the insulting jiu-jitsu way, just in the fear for your life kind of way. Mike is really playing a heavy game here, controlling the hips as he tries to advance his pin. Briefly settling for knee on belly, but Dylan addresses. And Mike back to it. Got Danny and Craig in a dogfight over there. What have they been up to? Nothing too much. Oh, all right. John going in, putting it to work. I would hate to be caught in his north-south. Oh, my God. Let's see if Andrew handles it. Yeah, John's kind of keeping his head up. Probably riding a little high on the body. And by that, for north-south, I mean his head is closer to the hips when you normally want to, like, slide down the body into that position. God, I bet Andrew's happy to be out of that. And he comes and takes it out on me. Got Danny with Mike now. And other Danny with Ethan. Who else in the chat tonight? You guys are being quiet. Are you mad at me because I didn't stream during the Super Bowl? I'll let you in on a little secret. I didn't even watch a second of the game. I just didn't stream that night. Andrew chasing me down here looking for a single or something. Oh, yeah, Andrew, stop chatting if you're driving. Jeez. Just watch me hit this awesome trip on you. Hi, Veronica. Yeah, I don't get, I don't have any sort of streaming service that aired the Super Bowl. And I'm like, I don't care. I just put the time to better use. So here we go. I get... slip in my underhook. I'm really worried about Andrew's foot position here. Like if he steps across and is able to trip me. So this is weird. Like I'm putting myself in a what seems like a disadvantageous position, foot position wise, where I am giving Andrew a knee in front of my own knee, but I have him moving backwards in this direction, so I'm not the one being attacked here. I'm actively opening up our posture, and I keep him going in that direction with that tight waist grip. If we were standing static and I just like put my knee behind his, he probably would have tripped me pretty effectively. Then the ensuing scramble almost gets me swept here. He's using his leg to extend me. I backstep out of it and then cut around the body. So he's extending me with his left leg. But then as that right leg comes up, I scoop it and then turn around that side. So it was a quick switch to the other side of the body. I was on his left, and then I make a really quick switch over to his right and settle in. Probably doesn't last very long. I was happy to see the Eagles win, though, in a dominant fashion. Almost as dominant as this shoulder push or armpit push from Andrew. Absolutely love it. Hate it that it was done on me, but that's a picture-perfect example of how to do it. Anybody who has trouble with that, notice Andrew's got a really almost fully extended arm. I'd like to see it fully extended, but this is good enough. Posting up on that other elbow, that allows him to really heist up, get his shoulders up off the mat, and then just continuing to push through. His arm isn't bending until I'm already on my back, and he's able to like crunch in and get control. That was a really, really nice example. Guillotine, huh? Oh, okay. Little arm in action. Yeah, that's a tough position to finish an arm in guillotine from. Well, I see your foot kind of coming through here, You're really gonna have to like fall to the left shoulder and like crunch John's chin into his chest for that one. And I have a feeling he's not gonna let that happen very easily. Really digging on some legs here to no effect. Got Danny past Mike's guard, but Mike coming back in with the side control escape. Let's look at Mike. He's got the shoulder frame in. Notice how much I yell at you guys when I see, you know, the beginners primarily. Not too many upper belts do this, but when they have that frame arm over the back, like they're hugging their opponent, pulling him in, this is what you want to be doing. You want that frame across the shoulder line so you can create space and then fill that space with your knee, right? So Mike bringing in his near side knee, gets his knee elbow connection right here, and is able to get his guard back and get safe. I will. I'll get there. I'll get there. Andrew on a nasty heel hook there. I mean, we're only what, 10 minutes in? I can't be busting out 3 arrows already. Yeah, Andrew had a great dig on this. Levi and Dylan joining the action. Yeah, that was primarily you, Andrew. I don't think I mounted any real offensive attack here, although I may have. Did I initiate this entrance and do absolutely nothing with it, or was this you? No, you initiated. Get me off balance. Start going out for the outside heel hook. Okay. Yeah, you had me on the ropes there, man. Twist in, turn in. Here we're into almost 50-50, but I didn't really have much of an attack. So now as we separate, take that opportunity to take top position. Might get a sweep here. Yeah, Mike getting Danny off balance with a little Sumigashi. What's up, Dylan? How you doing, buddy? Got you and Levi just starting here. Looks like Levi's going for a triangle. I'm going for cross-ashi. Exposed. S grip. Levi on a triangle here, Dylan. What is happening? Nice. Looks like he gets either the arm extended or the triangle. Here. Okay, yeah. Just is able to sneak his leg up and starts getting control with that collar tie. Good adjustment from Levi to get his knee up on the shoulder, not just like his calf. And then now he's just slowly making his way to the angle he needs. Dylan, as you stack, you're kind of giving him the opportunity here to get to the angle. I'm not going to tell you that you shouldn't stack. They're just like, it's one of those defenses where there's going to be a significant trade-off. Because like you can stack up and still kind of slink your way out of a triangle if it's not fully locked up. The difficulty with that is you can't tell if that triangle is fully locked up or not. You might be able to feel if it is, which in that case I would not advise stacking. But like, you know, if I was in Levi's position and my ankles were crossed because my legs are short and I couldn't like get to the full triangle, you could have a chance of kind of slinking your way out of it from a stacked position. But when it's fully tight, it's probably not going to happen. We can go over If you've seen like sitting and then crossing your ankles over their chest and escaping that way, that's always a good method. If you do it correctly without leaving yourself open to an armbar. And if you haven't seen that, we could go over that. Mike putting Danny in north-south, which is where I spent a lot of my time at Blue Belt, was in Mike's north-south, getting my face crushed and my neck strangled by Mike. All right, we got me and John. John starts down. Craig looking to quickly step around. Little knee push. Nice. Look at Mike putting that north-south escape that we learned at class to use. He's one of the best at this escape that I know of, right? All he does, he gets the one knee in. That's all he needs. He's creating the space that he needs with his elbow posts underneath Craig's chest. And then favoring that knee that penetrates the space and turning back into a guard. I'm playing a very, very slow and heavy game here, as heavy as I possibly can be with John. I did want him making very abrupt, big movements, because he would be real difficult for me to stop. So pretty early on, I get attached at the upper body. See exactly how I get there. So working from half guard, little knee push. He kind of gives, I mean, this is him giving up the position, I think, a little too easily. And you know, he's pretty new. This is not something he's very well versed in. So I hope, John, if you watch this, you can see that knee shield going away and me getting my left side underhook in place. It's not really an underhook yet, but with that collar tie, it's not very far away. So I get the crossface here, really start driving towards him to keep his shoulder down to the mat. And then once I get my legs free, I'm just driving. I keep that like head and arm position. And now I'm just looking to circle behind him. Star watching Luke and I'm going to heel hook him. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I thought John had done like this was definitely his first class with us, but I thought he had like done some jiu-jitsu like a long time ago, he said, unless I'm confusing him. Regardless, you know, yes, very new. Was not there during half guard week, so maybe he doesn't have the best idea about putting that knee shield to use. We will definitely look for your 15 years ago we trained for 5 minutes. Hey, that's not nothing. He could kill a lot of people. Tell me if I missed your heel hook. I do want to see it. I heard about it. I really want to see it. Andrew trying to thrash Dylan over there. And Mike laying on Katagatame, it looks like. Yep. From mount, too. What a jerk. Mount or... yeah, mount. Yeah, he doesn't go to half guard. Is that, I think, Danny over here with Jordan. Danny in a shin pin, like a top side, almost like a crucifix, just using his right shin to pin the bicep. Now switching into north-south, avenging me, getting Jordan in a nasty, maybe a north-south strangle. Let's see if Danny finishes it. He's been working out his neck too much. He needs to work out his lats. What did Andrew do? Or Dylan? One or the other. Oh, triangle action. Dylan getting caught in another triangle variation. So Andrew almost on the back. Okay, with the arm trap, gets that leg up over the shoulder. Okay. So yeah, this this kind of side-on triangle. Not quite a rear, not quite a front. I've been there, man. Plenty of times. Let's see how I get this armbar on John. So I'm on John's back. He won't let me strangle him, so I switch to setting up an armbar. So when you're not quite getting what you want and you want to go for the armbar from the back, just keep in mind you're going to look to do it on the underhook side when the underhook is on the bottom side. Okay, so bottom side underhook. You can't armbar the top side arm in the way I'm going to do it. So you want to do this with when you have an underhook on the bottom side. So that's what I have with John here. You can see there's my underhook on the bottom side. Throw the leg up over the head. Does a really good job shutting that down. How do I get back there? I know I get the armbar. Do we hit it from guard? Little pendulum sweep attempt. What's up, Jordan? Okay, so then I get the sweep. Okay. So he shut it down when I was on the back. But then I moved to an armbar from mount. And this is a case swept over into armbar. Yeah. So this is a case where I talk a lot about quick moves versus controlled moves. And like, you know, there's a time and a place for all of them. I might be able to move around a new student who doesn't have much armbar defense or anything like that. Hit a quick jumping, spinning armbar or whatever, and it could look really cool. John, however, probably could have ripped that arm away from me with the quickness, so I knew that I had to get my hips behind his elbow and keep it there, wedge it in place, keep his arm in place, and move around the arm in as controlled a manner as I possibly could for him to not escape. So I'm doing a spinning armbar, but I'm really taking my time. You can see this leg is digging in, trying to keep the distance. I step over. I don't fall to my butt until I'm ready to finish the move. So I don't like fall and swing my leg over. That's how you lose these arm bars. I take the time. I'm basically in the arm bar now. Then I slowly make my way down. Keep that cross-facing leg in place. I switch to a 3/4 arm bar where I weave this leg through the arms and dig it in next to the neck. I start to try to disrupt his grip by grabbing the far arm. I'm trying to take that gable grip and use it against him by pulling the far elbow in and dislodging the grip. Once I feel like I have enough compromise in his grip, I go to the arm I'm actually trying to attack. So that was a very, very deliberate step-by-step armbar because it had to be against him. If I gave him any sort of wiggle room, he was going to get out of that. Where else are we at? Jordan never got north-south strangled. Goes over the back against Danny here. Damn, dude, that was nice. Just kind of got up. Mike with the overhook. Kind of an overhook clamp guard he's going to against Craig. Craig wisely stepping up to block that hand from getting basically Kimura'd or omoplated. But now Mike goes on to, looks like he was trying to set up a triangle, but he'll settle for an omoplata attack. Craig does a good job staying guarded. But now Mike onto the legs. Heel hook. Let's see. I seen it. Okay. Let's see. How can... I feel like if I zoom in, I'm going to lose. Let's try something. Special occasion. There are 2 T's in my name. Jesus. God, how long have you known me? Can I move the screen? Let's see. I'm trying. No, that's not it. All right, whatever. Sorry, we're gonna have to look at it from afar. I can't open up the screen too much. A rabbit in a pot. Is that a witch hazel joke? Danny's sloth all over me right now. I love you too, Ronnie. Man, it's hard to see. I want to see your setup. I want to see how it got here. So, because like Luke gets a little lazy there on his attack. You grab the leg. Do you get the reap? He's stopping your reap, but there you get it. Now you got a big old bend in that leg. And you got the grip. Hell yeah, girl. That was really nice. Yeah, Luke kind of just, like, it looked like he goes maybe on his own hunt for a leg here. Like he's inverting there. He's back, and then now as you go for your own attack, he doesn't have the ability to like get himself up. His other leg is in front of him, stuck here kind of behind you, so it's hard to like pull that back. So he's not going to be able to get up easily. His hand is the only thing protecting against the reap. He could spin here. I think he tries to spin, but like his legs are just tied up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Tries to roll out into like rabbit in a pot. Oh, okay. I didn't see Fatal Attraction. Come on now. Regardless, I'm very proud of you. That was awesome, Ronnie. It always feels good to tap Luke. What's up, James? Speaking of tapping Luke, Mr. Banana Split here. Have you even used your banana split emoji, James? It's been a long time. Looks like, okay, Andrew gets, or Dylan gets out of that triangle attempt. Sorry, just getting caught up here. What do I do to John? So after that, armbar. Now I get a big sweep out of him here, but. Oh, I was gonna try to do a legs Kimura here. I just needed him to grab, so he was grabbing my left leg with his arm. Like you could see he's kind of got me in a single leg here. I needed him to grab this leg. So I sit to my butt, I try to sneak my leg in to bait him, and he goes for it. There he goes for it, so I try to get set up. I've got the grip that I want, or I have him doing the grip that I want him to do. And now I try to roll with it, but he rolls too. Really, really good look. He actually rolls faster than me and is able to get his hips up. And that was really, really nice. I was like, if I Kimura him, I'm going to have to use my legs. I'm not going to get him with my arms. But now, with his arms in front of me, it's pretty easy to just get this over back grip. You can see I use a wrist grip here just to keep his hand in place. And then fall to my side and roll over my back. Roll him up, but he rolls through. I'm kind of back to where I started. I feel ya. I feel ya. What's up, Baker? How you doing, buddy? Training Cali. Where at? What school? Or what area? And how was it? Did you beat everybody? Did you wear your snazzy trim your nails, do your laundry, don't be stinky rash guard and make everybody scan the QR code? Craig in on a shoulder crunch. He and I talked about these a while ago. I'm super stoked to see him using that. That was awesome, man. Against Mike, no less. Very good. So about to slip off the shoulder here. Getting a little low, but he gets Mike's hips up. Elevates Mike's hips with the right leg. Gets the turn. Very nice. Mike quickly addressing. Getting his hips back. Excellent. Excellent stuff. Of course you're eating. Gracie Jim did wear the rash guard. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. How was your training? Is this why Luke beat me up? Because you had just heel hooked him and he was all pissed off? Did he just arm drag me? What was that? Oh, just a failed overtie snap. See, this is what... When these go wrong, it sucks so bad. So I go for my overtie snap. But Luke slips his arm because I don't have a good grip on the hand. I just like, what am I doing here? I can't see where I grip his arm. Or if I grip his arm. And I certainly don't get him stepping. So he's able, like, his stance is really square. I'm just trying to force this move. That's what the real problem is. He slips to a deep underhook all the way around my waist, and it's either he's gonna trip me or he's gonna run behind me. Like there's no plan B when I screw those up that badly. And a lot of you guys do that. I think Andrew does that really well. When I don't catch the overtie snap, Danny gets behind me extremely well, to the point where it's like kind of infuriating. He seems to do it better than everybody. Also because I got all mushy, hates feelings. Yeah. It's not your fault, Ronnie. Who are you smashing? You smashing Jordan? I see those wrinkles in his head. I mean, I know it's kind of like that is your dead horse joke, like the wrinkly head. Like short jokes for me, Danny's accent for him, Cole's voice for him. But knowledge lines is that's a new one. I haven't heard that of all the variations. Luke really going for an anaconda here, I believe. Anaconda or Darce. What's your dead horse? I don't know. I feel like we don't have like one thing we just always hone in on for you, Ronnie. We could make something. What is it? What is it, Jordan? Andrew putting these triangles to work again. Got Ethan here. Slips it over the shoulder. Nice and easy. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a family of jokes. So maybe you have multiple dead horses. You got a whole stable of dead horses. Oh, Luke being a dirty, terrible coach and hitting me with the move of the night that he taught himself. Really getting tired of being north-south choked. And notice, again, he's really making my face look away from the strangle. That's the same way Jordan got me earlier with it. Luke prioritizes that immediately. I have sat through Luke's north-south attempt for minutes where he just, I turned my head in time and he couldn't recover, but he just decided to smash for as long as he could. All I try to do is just stick it out so he burns his arm out. Like, you're pretty much caught, but if you're not getting strangled, you just got to get your nose smashed for a while. So it's not fun, but you don't tap. Oh, Ethan looking for the Katagatame here. But Andrew was quick to address it. Oh, Luke actually felt bad, he said, with all this stuff. So he drags me down, and is again looking for this like Darce Anaconda threat, right? He's turning me over with that underhook. Does it again. Really trying to crank my head under, and I'm just trying to keep my chest pointed in the same direction as his. That's typically like a good rule of thumb for not being Darced. If your chest and your attacker's chest are pointing in the same direction, you're safe-ish. So after like 3 or 4 times of trying to rip my head off to turn me, he says, I felt really bad about that. I'm just gonna do something else. Entire jockey serum. Yeah, you need to, Jordan. It was really good. It's even better than I remember. We've been pulling Jordan to safety. Yeah, you don't need to do that. Where did that happen? Oh, right there. Andrew, what did Andrew do here? So Andrew, just be careful with Ethan on that reap. It's not a huge, there's not like a huge bend in his leg, but just because he's still pretty new to the leg locking game, be careful with the reaps. Yeah, thank God Jordan's safe. None of his knowledge lines got hit. You get him safe, and then you go onto a toe hold here. And he's looking for something himself. There we go. Dylan and Jordan. Me and Danny and Caleb. Ethan and I had a chat last week. Was he concerned about his legs getting attacked? Oh, he thinks his joints can't break. Great. We'll show him. Yeah, I don't care how young he is. They could break. His joints could break, his ligaments can tear. And we don't want that. Baker's like, all joints can be surgically repaired. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to tell you guys how you should train with some of the lower belts. I think we've got a great culture at the school of like not smashing people just because they're inexperienced. I think we do a really good job with that. But I would challenge you to go as deep into their offense as you can and practice your defense with them, right? From time to time. Like, obviously, we've talked about how I like to say you practice your offense on lower belts and you practice your defense on upper belts a lot of times, generally speaking. But like, if there's a big discrepancy, so like me versus Ethan, I'm fairly confident that Ethan's not going to do anything that'll like really harm my joints. So I'll practice my late stage armbar escapes, right? I'll practice late stage triangle escapes. I trust a few of you guys. I'm not going to name names because I don't want anybody getting any ideas. But I trust a few guys. When you get heel hooks, you're not going to rip them. So you get it, you throw on the tension, and I'll go for as long as I can, and then I'll tap or whatever. Get comfortable with tapping to lower belts. Like, let them work their offense for at least once when you roll with them. You got 5 minutes. If you're more experienced than them, you're gonna catch them a number of times. So I mean, look at Mike. Case in point, right? Ethan gets to play his armbar game. He gets to experiment with arm bars, and Mike's gonna work on his defenses and how to address it. Like, it's not how every roll has to go every single time, but it's really beneficial to both of you. So If you think your opponent is thinks his joints are made of rubber, then maybe don't attack him for a little bit. Let him do some attacking. Typical Ethan. I'll go back. Well, I gotta catch up on chat now. I mean, green stick fractures, yeah. God, I've never actually seen one of those. They just sound terrible. I don't know, Dylan, if it's so much ego as it is just inexperience. It could be both. You know Ethan far better than I do, so you could be right about that. And if he's watching, Ethan, if you're watching, we're not picking on you. You were not the first to wait a little too long on submissions. He was in a bad spot. I stopped the round, and then he argued with me. Sneaky sneak by misdirects. Let's find this. And yeah, Dylan, no, we're never gonna let you win. You're gonna have to earn it, boy. It's only because you just keep trying hard. Nah, I'm kidding. I mean, even with you, Dylan, it's like I want you to work on those triangles that we saw you doing in competition. So I expect you to put me in triangles, and I will, make it as difficult for you to finish the triangles as I can. Like that's what I want, I want you guys to get good enough to beat my ass, and it's been cool to do this long enough to see that happening. Caleb on the dead grappler with the middle finger, just because, to the camera. This is his new Darce defense, and he's making it convincing. Just go out the back. What is this? This looks like some weird goat yoga kind of strangeness. I'm sure I made the same argument when I was new. Oh yeah, Ronnie, if you didn't see like the last stream, Caleb is he's actually found a use for belly down starfish, and it is to defend the Darce. So it's no longer, it doesn't just live in the realm of wrestling as denying your opponent points. It is full on jiu-jitsu now. Good adjustment, Dylan. Getting your arm back. And that was a real small move that makes a big difference. And I have to do this a lot, right? You guys get me in mount, you maybe catch an arm here. It's how can I get this arm like this much further away from me to let me slip my elbow in. You did it with a little bridge and a push. You bridge. You didn't bridge to get an upa, to sweep him. You bridge just to get your elbow back, and now you can kind of go on to, a more high percentage escape. Hopefully. Oh, you just upa the other way. All right. Don't let him do that. Don't let him do that. Just gouge his eyes out if he does that to you. You have my permission. Armbar on Andrew. Ronnie on a tear, man. Top half guard. Got the straight arm got the arm extended. Going for Americana now because it's not extended. Then he extends it. Back and forth. There, now the head's out. He's trying to keep it safe, but you're really stretching across the diagonal here. Nice, very nice. Yeah. Yeah, I don't let you have those anymore. I don't like that. There are like 3 or 4 positions that when I feel you going to them, I almost start to panic escape. And that top side half guard where you are flat, where you have me flattened out in your diagonal, it's one of those positions. I don't like being there with you for that exact reason. Ethan in on another armbar here. Did you get there from the back? Kinda. Nah. Ish. He's got to look at the back. But he doesn't go for it. He just goes straight to the armbar. Very cool. I like he's digging at the hands too. Like he's really trying to disrupt Mike's grip. That was a nice fight. That was a very nice fight. Danny ending the round strong-ish, going for a dorsal Kimura into like a north-south. I think Caleb has a decent north-south counter there. Oh, Danny gets the tap. Little, looks like maybe a little jaw pressure, neck cranking action. I have to go for Upas on Jordan because he hits me with them 9,000 times. Facts. Facts. Don't worry, when you get to my level, it'll only be about 8,000 times. And I'm not kidding about that. Let's take this round. I felt 500 opportunities, only did 2 or 3. I think these two just have like a shit talk fest. Wait, where was Austin this entire time? Just sitting there, sitting on the side. Chatting over there with Caleb. I have to beat him up. Where were we? 18 minutes in. Yeah, right here. Bro. For real, man. I think I got around with him after this. He had a nice little inversion into cross Ashi there, though. That's it. He waits till everybody gets tired, and then he hits us with the spin and shit. So let's look at this. Into a false reap. Look at that transition. Super smooth. Andrew, you gotta be careful with this, man. Just gotta. I think Andrew, you gotta start. I feel like you're not unfamiliar with this position. Maybe just he caught you here thinking, but like that leg is over, so you're almost into cross Ashi. Watch that bottom leg just horse kicks back, comes right up in. Now he's got the triangle, and he goes right for the inversion, which is very, very nice. Pulls that leg in and very nicely moves through that. John, is that you? I'm sorry if you were having trouble with the chat. It was really, really awesome to train with you, man. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Assume you mean Caleb is gonna bicep slicer you. I said hurt your old lady wrist. Okay. We'll be on the lookout. And John, thank you for the follow, man. Appreciate it. What happened with that heel hook? Did Austin finish that? Looks like he did. It's here. So he's attacking the secondary leg. Does he make the switch? Does toe hold briefly and then gets the inside heel hook. Damn, Austin. That was sick. Great entrance. Great dig on the heel hook. That was badass, man. So Caleb making his way to mount, but taking a sweet-ass time, keeping his foot behind. Probably to make Ronnie suffer for a little bit. Ethan on Jordan's back. And Luke dealing with Mike's guard here. Damn, Austin now on a Katagatame. Andrew doesn't let me Katagatame in. This is bullshit. Luke steamrolling past the guard. Let's see this. So I think it was someone else did this. It was maybe it was one of the newer guys. I can't remember who, but really taking a page out of Luke's book, and not like Luke likes to not just pass your guard, he likes to go straight to mount when he can. And you can see him attempt that here with Mike. So he's trying to get behind the legs, but there he like steps over Mike's leg and is looking, at least to me, it looks like he's looking to go right into mount. And I think Mike is aware of that, and he's trying to tie that leg up. In tying that right leg up, he makes Luke say, all right, fine, I'll just settle for the guard pass. So Mike trying to turn towards him to get, maybe to turtle up to deny him the points. There was a big argument between these two about who was earning points and who was not earning points. So yep, turtled up, quick spin around from Luke, but Mike keeps the guard in. Tries to throw a by real quick. Mike's guard is pretty solid right now. Oh, Luke gets behind him. I think this is where I started watching. I think Mike taps here. Luke with the body triangle, which is points. And notice, not even under the chin, not even on the chin, like on the cheekbones. Just opening up Mike like the pickle jar here. Love it. Yeah. Oh, the earlier comment, John, about how insanely strong you are and how I'm scared about it. I hope you're not upset about that. Is this the bicep slicer? It was funny, John, after you had rolled, I think you had your first roll was with Andrew, and then I rolled with Andrew after that. He's like, my God, that guy might be the strongest human being I have ever encountered. It's all right. We got plenty of corners to do that from. Sorry, hold on, let's see. It's loaded the whole guard exchange for some reason. All right, Luke, I'll get to that in a second. Just want to see. What? Oh, okay. This is what you're talking about, Ronnie. So that was a jerk move. Typical from Caleb. Is this the guard pass you're talking about, Luke? Or was the one before this? No, because that's where you break Mike's neck. And then just a big high step over, kind of sliding into position. Honestly, I don't even see anything too fancy about this. Like, this is kind of like surfing down into position, which I find I don't know about you, Luke, but I like when this happens because like we spend a lot of time thinking about like really technical ways to do all these moves and everything, and sometimes just forward pressure and the right body angle is all you need. Like, you know, here Mike's trying to extend you away or something, and you just kind of blade your body past it, settle in. Mike goes to turtle up, and you can chase down into and secure the guard pass actually on the opposite side from where you started. New match, no points until 2. That's right. Mike coming in with the overhook here, butterfly guard. I think if nothing else, Luke will get extremely good at or get better at taking the back when we try to turtle up, because I pretty much do this same exact thing. And it's failing more and more often. There we go. John back on the mats with Danny. With Jordan, me with Caleb. Caleb and I have two identical scrambles here that I'm very interested to see. I think he's got me, so he's got my ankle tied up here, my right ankle, so I can't like knee cut through especially easily, but I tend to just sit here anyway when he gets me like this. Like I don't want to pressure too far forward to where he gets me off balance, gets an underhook, goes out the back. So it's kind of biding my time until I can feel that I can slip the ankle. Here I'm going in for stepping in next to the hip, looking to press the shoulder down to the mat, and then extract my leg. He gets me off balance here. Luke diving over the guard here, looking for the guillotine. I don't know if he has a grip, but he definitely has mount. Now he's got a guillotine threat for show. Looks like Jordan's kind of trying to disrupt the grip, but Luke will dig on that. Danny on a reverse triangle here, but from the side. Okay, that was the first of the scrambles. Caleb's not even watching. Which is good. I'll just get better than he will. So, does he do his move? All right, so there's might be slight differences between them, but here he goes for, I'm in knee on belly, like a reverse knee on belly. He gets me off balance, tries to capture my leg, or I guess keep my leg captured. Maybe this isn't the one I want to see. I go back step. Because he's been trying this move from knee on belly, where he scoops the leg, scoops the leg that is doing the knee on belly, and tries to enter into the legs, into a cross ashi. We saw him almost get it on Luke, I think on the last stream. I believe he hits Mike with it later this evening. Yeah, I don't know. All right, whatever. Trying to break his turtle down. That's going to be hard. Mike on to north-south against Andrew, I think. Let's see what Luke's doing here. Just when Jordan thinks he's doing good, he's got a crossface, top half guard. Luke goes on Kimura grip. Boom, double wrist grip. If he dislodges that leg, he's going to Kimura trap. So big roll all the way around. Now Jordan doesn't want nice muffler thrown in for good measure. See how Jordan doesn't want to necessarily roll up one way or the other here? Like he's hanging out on his back for a while. It's because if he turns this way, Luke takes his back. If he turns this way, Luke can keep Jordan's hand, like put his hand down on the mat and start working a Kimura. So it's a tough spot to be in. You really have to work to get your arm free before you can make any big decisions. And that was nice. Nice. Jordan gets out of that without putting himself in too much danger. Mike also working a Kimura grip here, but different circumstances. Ronnie, your Instagram video was much better this time around. Thank you. Thank you for using me as an example of domination against Caleb. And for basically roasting him on Instagram. Mike now looking to finish the Kimura. Let's see how he gets there. So look at that wrist control. Dives for the Kimura. Somehow keeps it. That was interesting. Comes right back up. Nice sweep from John here. John in Danny's Keisugatame. So one thing, this is working for you, John, with the Danny's pretty well committed to this head grip right here. What I like to do, instead of the grip you're gonna take where you just kind of close your hands up around the shoulder, I would either go around the waist, so right arm like you're giving Danny a hug, or you can at least come up over the opposite shoulder. That way you've got more purchase on Danny's upper body, and it's hard for him to move towards you, hard for him to move away from you, and then finishing that with what you're about to do here, which is turn in this other direction and get Danny down. I really like that that escape from Keisugatame. Look at Danny getting fiery over there. So Austin made a boo-boo here. Little oopsie daisy. Goes level change double. Comes back up. But he's kind of off balance here. Like you see, he starts falling to his to that right knee. And I just sit through. Not give him the time to adjust. And sit into Keisa. And then now I don't really try to do anything offensively from here. I just try to get myself under control. Make sure he can't slip out the back before I make my decision on where I want to go. Alright, so this, we might be able to see an example of Caleb putting his leg scoop to use against Mike. What's Danny trying to do? Danny with the collar tie, Luke kneeling. Luke on a single. Danny probably thinking he can attempt like a triangle variation. Luke just driving through it. Luke did, Luke's defense there was keeping Danny's right leg under control to really prevent any significant triangle setup from happening. If he didn't do that and Danny locked something up, it could have been a very controlling position for him. I am on to a side triangle. There we go. Which I didn't really have too much time to do with. Austin tapped it pretty early on that one. Because he knows. He knows who his daddy is. So Mike. Looking here. So not quite the leg scoop that Caleb did before, but he gets Mike off balance and almost does like a Kimura trap sort of spin. But now does he get to set it up again? Who is your daddy? And what does he do? Do you remember playing with the E-Bombs World soundboard? That clip on it. I know you did, Jordan. You definitely did. I don't get your reference, Ronnie. Is that another Fatal Attraction quote or something? My brother prank called my girlfriend's... Yeah. So that didn't work out too well, huh? Alright, standing guard break against Austin here. I sit down, enter into cross-ashi, as I like to do when I get put down. Kindergarten Cop, that's right. Caleb just about had it. Finally, get to see an example of it. So, as Mike goes to knee on belly, Caleb scoops under that leg. Kind of difficult to see, but he's scooping Mike's leg near side and then looking to off-balance Mike's hip backwards. So it's scooping the leg, pushing the hip. And he's been using that really well. And then once he gets the guy set down, he can take his top leg over and sneak into cross-ashi. Mike wise to it though, not letting it happen. I mean, I remember when Kindergarten Cop came out. I was just young and my parents didn't let me watch like any movies like that at that age. And there are about 1 million movies I haven't seen. All the movies everyone knows I haven't seen. Those were the days, man. Calling your girlfriend only to have her dad answer. The Kimura was dangerous. Is that how he got you moving? Oh, I didn't even see that. There it is. Yes, that was. That hand went behind your back, Mike. Yeah, you moved with some intention there to get the hand back in front of your stomach. That was quick. Trying to dig in on here. Looks like he's trying to get Danny's knee shield across. Danny's staying pretty steady with it. What the hell did Austin and I do here? So I think I went to do a diving Kimura. Austin rolls up. I almost get the omoplata. He almost takes my back. Just like, get off me and go to the far side. Now Caleb is awoken. He's got Mike seated. Danny keeping Luke away right up until the last bell. Final rounds. Got Ethan and Luke going at it, and me and Mike. A little leg drag to start. And then I hang out in this almost mount take. I never drive that foot across because Mike has his hand on it, and he's just waiting to capture it. So I am biding my time until I feel like it is safe enough. That way I could show Luke how you actually score points and pass Mike. There, driving with my knee. Still not ready to commit. Fear of commitment. I just don't do it. But it's alright, because I'm past Mike. code you can put in to block your number. I think, yeah, I think so. Yeah, and then they would charge you for star 69 too. How did I get on the back? So really wedged in behind Mike here. Not a traditional, at least not traditional for me, way to take the back. This was again kind of akin to how I was working with John earlier, where Mike is very good at timing his turn to slip his elbow out. So I'm trying to keep my chest as not just pinned to the tricep, but also drive forward as much as I can, so that it's difficult for Mike to turn under his own power. So keeping his back up off the mat, I take a big step over. I really dive my shin in underneath Mike. And then now I could go kind of chair sit. Mike is like trying to pin that leg, but I get the hooks in, cross my ankles briefly in a safe position. And then Mike's not as fat as he looks, because I can body triangle him. The old give and take. So, trying to ride this body triangle for as long as I possibly can before Mike slips out of it, because it's probably going to happen. Oh yeah, I forgot. I got you belly down here, Mike. And this was, you said it was very dangerous. I don't think we talked about it too much, because I couldn't get under. I didn't want to like crank on your face and like, you know, mess up your spine or anything. I hate seeing that, so I don't like to do it. But I was trying to hurt your shoulder very badly, and I don't feel bad about that. But yeah, you said it was dead to rights. Was that regarding a strangle, or was that regarding just being belly down and in a bad spot? Shoulder didn't feel good. Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's like one of those say uncle kind of positions. You put the arm in like a chicken wing, or just way back up over the head here. Of course, drifting away from the center of the mat, both groups. Mike regarding. Let's see if Ethan goes for the standing guard break. No, Luke keeps him down. Okay, the position. Gotcha. Like trying to hook my leg, but I'm really trying to like keep my heel up so he can't hook my leg as easily. And that's that. Good stuff. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for watching, for chatting. John, thank you for the follow. Stoked to see you in chat. Glad you got to check out the stream, and hope you learned something from it, man. Any of you guys that we talk tips for and all that stuff, bring it up at class if you have any questions. As always, we're more than happy to go over it with you, especially during the open mat. You guys don't have to train to the death every single time we have an open mat, especially with me. So yeah, bring your questions to class. We'll happily go over it. Don't call is chat or my Riz will decline. Don't call us chat. That's what you do, dude. You're not a streamer. You're just a name. You don't understand how to stream. Neither do I. I'm almost 40. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Follow if you're lurking. Subscribe if you're liking. That's right. Not a streamer, just a dreamer. Thank you, Joe. Hope to see you soon. Subscribe at YouTube. I'll post this up for you guys to review. if you want to check out the footage again. What else? I think that's about it. I won't go through my usual yammering. I think we are going to finish up with side control this week and then move on to mounts. So I hope you guys are ready for that. And yeah, we'll keep it there. You guys go trim your nails and do your laundry and don't be stinky. I'll see you back on the mats. Take it easy.